Now, if you watched me for any length of time, you've probably picked up on the fact that I'm not much of an anime guy. The reason why you've probably picked up on that is because people who like anime can't go a whole live stream without bringing up anime. If I liked anime, you guys would know. Because I wouldn't fucking shut up about it. Because people who like anime don't fucking shut up about it, alright? It truly is, much like veganism, a goddamn religion at times, it feels like now. In all seriousness, I'm not super duper into anime myself, though I will say that I watched all of Death Note and really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Death Note. I thought it was actually not bad. I thought it wasn't bad. I liked Death Note quite a bit. It was pretty good. Not a big fan of the 2 episodes of One Punch Man that I watched. I will try to give it another try because I know it's popular and people like it, so it must be good. But I will try to give it another try. With that said, though, anime, not my cup of tea. So I think it's safe. It's safe to assume I don't know what Guilty Gear is. That's true. I do not know what a Guilty Gear is. But apparently, there is a video game called Guilty Gear Strive that is very popular with the otakus and the weeaboos and the people online that like anime. Now, if you know anything about the people online that like anime, they're either super left-wing communist trans women or neo-Nazi femboys. That usually tends to be the dichotomy with the anime like profile pictures on Twitter. So, as you can imagine, there's a bit of conservatism. Little bit of conservatism that's a bit of a problem, a bit of an issue, if you will, in the anime community. Not just conservatism, but full-on like weird Nazi shit, like Nazis love anime, but communists also love anime. It's very bizarre. It's like a constant tug of war. It's very bizarre. Or pedophiles. That's on the conservative side, though. With that said, apparently this Guilty Gear Strive game recently announced a change, I presume a change, to one of the characters in the game that goes by the name of Bridget. Now, I'm going to be reading the official developer's backyard post by the webs or by what's the studio called? I can't find the studio. I can't find the studio. GuiltyGear.com, the official website for the game. I'm going to read it off. Greetings, everyone. This is Director Kitano. As of this developer's backyard volume, the producer Miyauchi, I assume, will be joining me to provide the latest updates and answers to your questions. Last month at EVO, the world's largest fighting game event, we shared the development roadmap for Season 2. Oh, it's a fighting game. Okay. Development roadmap for Season 2. The new DLC character, Bridget, and the Find Your One-Way music video. I have no idea what any of those things are other than Bridget. With all this exciting news, we have an extra lengthy volume of Developer's Backyard for you. Only the very first part is the only part that's really important. Bridget joins the roster. The roster? What the fuck did I just say? The roster. Bridget joins the roster. Flying unrestrained with yo-yo mastery, freeform tricky spinner. I have no fucking clue what I just read. Name Bridget, height 5'2", weight 110 pounds, blood type O, birth date October 26, origin England. Cringe! Yo-yo napping. Okay, cool. All right, that's her bio. Cool. She is a character in the game. Here, do you guys want to see? This is the character. I'm gonna be real, chat. Unless this character has some serious superpowers or a fucking gun, I don't know how she holds her own in a fighting game that has a character that looks like a giant, like 9-foot-tall Vosh in it. She fights with yo-yos. I've whacked my knuckle with a yo-yo before and it hurts like hell, but I don't know if it could kill anybody or knock anyone out. Yeah, it's anime. You know, that's anime logic. What can I say? I can't complain. Bridget was born one of 2 sons of a multi-billionaire couple and was given only the best training and tutoring as a child. Well, apparently she's very strong. By the way, Bridget was born one of 2 twin sons. So far, already sounds pretty trans. However, Bridget's upbringing was what one would expect for a daughter of high society family instead of a son. There was a reason for this. Bridget's hometown had a superstitious belief that male twins brought misfortune. The townspeople were so embedded in this belief that they insisted the younger of any set of male twins must be put to death or be exiled from the town upon birth. Unable to swallow either of the options, the twins' parents raised Bridget as a daughter. While Bridget strove to put on a happy front, these efforts only seemed to cause Bridget's parents more pain. Bridget began to think that behaving like a man and bringing home a vast array of riches would prove that the superstitions were unfounded. Although unsuccessful in capturing Dizzy for her bounty, Bridget showed talent as a bounty hunter and managed to bring home great wealth. This led to the village superstition fading, but it also left Bridget without a goal. Bridget now works as a bounty hunter while searching for purpose. Bridget joined the roster as a DLC character on August 8th. Bridget has been around since Guilty Gear XX. I don't know what that is, 20? But as with Testament, this is the first time she's been playable in a long while. Bridget has been a highly requested character, placing first in Japan on the GGST open beta test survey. Our team is pleasantly surprised with the big response to her release. We've reworked her battle mechanics and from prior games to make her more accessible. In prior games, so it seems like they're just mostly breaking down her character. Anyway, basically, the moral of the story is this is a trans character. This is a character who, for presumably a very long time, has been believed to be cisgender, like a cisgender woman, and has now, but was also suspected by a large portion of the community of being trans, but has now been full-on confirmed by, like, the game directors and everything that she is, in fact, a trans woman. Now, you would think that the chuds, those that are in the like otaku community that are like really into this game, Guilty Gear, that they would just go, well, you know, we just lost this one, I guess. You know, I guess we just got to take the L on this one. No. In fact, literally, as soon as I opened up Twitter, the first meme that I saw was this. I literally just opened up Twitter, and this is the first meme that I saw. We got Bridget from the game saying, the anime femboy community is dying. Retweet to make it die faster. All right, guys. I have to talk about the controversy. Okay? We have to talk about the controversy. We have to talk about a group of people that simply saying the word they call themselves might very well get me in trouble. The anime community has a notoriously interesting segment of it that is not very well looked upon, to say the least. They are the anime femboy community. You see, a lot of neo-Nazis, for some reason, tend to be femboys, and they also like anime. So there is unironically a ridiculous amount of femboys out there who call themselves traps because they kind of dress like girls and sometimes even take HRT, and they try to trick men into thinking they're women, whether it be trans women or cis women, like legitimately, like the thing that transphobes accuse trans women of doing, they do. Not always, but that's generally like where the term comes from. And it's led to some confusion in the left community and just online in general. Calling trans women traps is very fucking common, both from cis people being transphobic and hateful towards trans women, as well as from trans women being self-deprecating to themselves. You've seen it, and if you're a trans woman in chat, you've probably done it. Come on, be honest. Be honest. It's common. It really is common, and it's sad because it's based on a misconception. The origin of the term is supposed to originate, correct me if I'm wrong, from like literally just meaning dudes that like are femboys that like trick dudes into thinking they're girls. Like, that is where it comes from. It's not supposed to like ever be used to refer to trans women, because trans women are women. They're not men tricking men into thinking they're women. That's not what it is. Anyway, the femboys, however, the self-avowed, the self-claimed traps who identify as men or femboys and, you know, dress very feminine and, you know, all that, and tend to be very conservative and do not like trans people. They tend to be Nazis as well, but that, you know, kind of goes with it. They are fucking pissed about this. The anime femboys, in their copium, decided to claim Bridget as one of their own, as a femboy, as a trap, and not as a, you know, bona fide trans woman. Well, at this point, the cope has kind of gotten to the point of it just being fucking ridiculous. Like, when you've got the devs coming out and saying that this character is trans, and it's not just some, like, Nazi femboy fantasy shit, then I think at that point, it's time to take the L. Nazi anime femboys out there, I think it's time to take the L. But as you can imagine, they are very, very upset about it. Do you think I can find any examples of this? I'm searching femboy Bridget on the Twitter search. That is not something I can show on stream. Jesus Christ. Oh, here's a good meme. Guilty Gear devs completely destroyed every single last remaining shred of hope for the Bridget is still a femboy people. Oh my god. They did indeed. I'm trying to find one of the people that got really fucking mad. There was a really good post that I saw earlier, and I'm trying to hunt it down. Chat, help me find it. I think I liked a post that quote tweeted it, but I can't find it. It was like a collage of femboy Nazis complaining and trying to cope about this news. It was actually very, very funny. Oh, yep. Hold on. I found the person that was like the big person that was getting made fun of for all this. I believe this is one of the people who is upset and arguing in favor of the femboy position on this. Let's look at this. New video, why are localizers taking away your traps and femboys? And a YouTube link from a recent localization controversy. For those of you guys that don't know, localization is this like weird anime weeaboo pedophile concept of like the Western values are seeping into anime and it's becoming less creepy and weird, and that's bad because a lot of these people go to anime for their weird fetishes to be put on screen. From recent localization controversy of the past and present to taking apart the mindsets and arguments that have led to the state of this industry. So this person made a whole video about how the traps and femboys are being taken away from the poor weeaboos. Let's watch this. Let's watch a bit of this video at 2x speed, and let's hope to God this doesn't give any of us cancer. I've got a family-wide predisposition to it, so this could be very dangerous.
So you've probably heard about traps.
Whoa! What the fuck was the start of that? Well, Jesus Christ. I assume that character's an adult, but the characters that are on screen in the very next clip over do not look of age. These are Shotokan characters? Is that the right word? Is Shotokan the right word? These are children. These are little boys depicted in anime. You cannot argue these are femboys or some shit like that. If it's on YouTube, then I guess I can fucking show it.
In fact, it's safe to say you've probably heard of many things defined by that singular word, whether it be a music genre, a piece of equipment, or the topic of today's video, a cross-dressing anime boy. A trope not dissimilar in the way it's used for the categorization of characters, compared to other such examples, like tomboy, milf, himbo, or the Japanese term tsundere, just a pull from a wide variety. In fact, if you stick to Japanese, this trope in that region is generally defined by the term otakunoko. While coming back over here, you could also find many references.
This video essay, by the way, is 100 million%, and I doubt he'd, disagree. He has made a 20-minute video essay about how anime is becoming less fappable for him. That is what this video is. Anime is becoming less fappable for this man because the amount of boys dressing as girls without being called trans is going down. You know what it seems like? It seems like these dudes desperately want to be able to thirst after trans women. So they go for, they'll like publicly thirst for the closest thing to like what they think a trans woman is, in order, because it's socially acceptable in their spaces and seen as haha ironic, haha. And but in reality, like, it's indicative of the fact that they have an internalized, their hatred for trans people already enough should be demonstrative of their projection. But the fact they also alongside that have some sort of alternative heavy attraction to men who dress like women, and like, yeah, I don't know, it just seems a little, it just, and sometimes take hormones too, like there's certainly a lot of trans women out there who have used the "I'm just a femboy" thing as like as an excuse for a while, I feel like, before they came out. It's a thing. It's a thing. But the sad thing is that instead of looking at it with nuance and looking at it with a little bit of like, kindness and understanding, like, everybody's trying to figure out their sexuality. Everybody's trying to figure out their gender identity and whatnot. Instead, it's like everybody wants to gatekeep their sexuality. Everybody wants to gatekeep their gender identity. Everybody wants to get mad at people for like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Maps love traps. It rhymes, so it must be true. I don't. Well, I don't know if there's. How's that work? I don't know. Maybe they do. I'm very glad I'm politically lucky enough to avoid those pitfalls. But politically lucky enough to avoid those pitfalls. I don't really think it's a political luck thing. I think this is more of like lucky enough to be raised in the right, like raised correctly, and not having the predispositions that the weirdos that are mad about trans characters being announced trans are mad about. I think there's something else. Do you want to watch more of this video? Are we watching this? 7 C's in the most recent situation. Depths of the rabbit hole. The mindset and its continued false narratives. Control and why trap is not a slur. Identity and belief. Okay, so this is just a massive breakdown of why trans characters are bad, traps are good, femboys are good, stop making characters trans, and let this man fap. Okay, sounds good to me. Sounds about right. Well, now that's all you need to know, I suppose. You got the people celebrating. That this character is trans, and you've got the lolicon loving and shotacon loving and pedo as fuck weeaboos complaining about it, and desperately, after months apparently of coping about this character obviously being trans apparently, have finally had their dreams dashed away, and now their cope has moved from, oh, but we're right, oh, but this lore explanation means that Bridge is not actually trans, Bridge is a femboy, Bridge is a trap, here's how. Like, instead of doing that now, they have to completely morph the narrative into this claim that there is a horrible, degenerate, Western localization influence that's seeping into anime and making it bad. You notice that, right? How quickly the narrative went from coping about how the character isn't trans, the character's a femboy, to the second the people behind it come forward and say, no, the character's trans, then now the narrative is, okay, then they've been infiltrated. They're losing what made them good before. In reality, what's happening is, no matter what happens, they have to morph the narrative. They have to twist it into what is most convenient for what they believe. Because challenging your ideas is hard. Challenging your ideas is kind of hard, and nobody likes doing it. Especially not fucking weebs who don't leave their room and like to grow out their neckbeard and snuggle their crusty body pillow. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like. It really does help the channel out a lot, especially since I did call out a marginally, somewhat large conservative, definitely conservative, chud pedophiles leaning, it seems, based on some of the things I saw on screen. Seem a little little weird, a little sus. I really don't have any tolerance for the lolicons or shotacons, okay? It's one of those things that you know it when you see it. And when I see it, I have no fucking patience. So, yeah. Definitely drop a like or a comment if you want to help the channel out, because God knows that this guy's probably gonna, cover my video, and who knows, maybe he sends his audience over here, and next thing you know, they're massively dislike bombing this video. So, let's get out in front of that, maybe. You know what? If you enjoyed this video and you watched all the way to the end, how about you comment down below? You can't stop the Biden gender beams. Yeah, how about this? You can't stop the Biden gender rays. I like that. You cannot escape the Biden gender rays. Comment that if you watched all the way to the end to let me know you watched all of this. Yeah, the Biden gender beams. With all that said, if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon on YouTube so YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload anything on here. You can see more from me on the internet by following my social media, which is all linked down below in the description. And of course, finally, you can follow or you can support me financially directly if you've got the money for it by donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or supporting me on YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and or Patreon. But thank you so much for watching. No matter how you supported me, I really appreciate it, and have a good one.